There is a new AI code editor out there. It's called Wide, and this is a completely open source AI code editor. And from this logo, you can actually tell that this is very similar to Cursor, but functionality wise and overall experience, we'll have a look in a minute that how close this AI code editor is to Cursor. You can access the complete source code of this AI code editor on GitHub. You can simply just go to this GitHub repository. I'll just leave a link in description, and then you can simply just maybe like download and install it locally on your computer, or you can simply just install the downloadable file on your Mac or on your Windows. There is no subscription fee, there is no pricing plan, as this is completely free and completely open source and absolutely free to use. By the way, this startup was backed by Y Combinator. If you don't know about Y Combinator, it's a Silicon Valley based startup incubation center. OpenAI was part of Y Combinator. So before you start testing this tool, let me just mention one thing, that this tool does not provide you with any sort of like large language models. You can either use free models from something like OpenRouter or maybe something like Ollama. You can run your models locally or maybe something like LM Studio, but you still need to like provide the large language models access to this code editor. Apparently this tool does have most of the features that Cursor has, something like checkpoints. Other than that, there is lint error detection as well. Also, there is native tool use as well. There is a fast apply even on 1000 line files as well. And of course, there is agent mode as well. There is a gather mode as well. So gather mode is actually a restricted version of agent mode that can only read and search but not modify or edit. This is more like the chat mode inside Cursor. So to start using this tool, simply just click on this get access button, and after that you can simply just download this for your required operating system. So let's suppose if you're using Mac, just download for Mac. If you're using Windows, just simply click on Windows button in here and then download the setup. Now once it has downloaded this setup file, simply just double click on that, and after that you can just install this on your computer. So what I can do, I can simply just click on this run anyway, and now I can simply just install on my computer. Just go with the default options. This is a very like simple installation process. There is nothing complex in here. Simply just next. The installation has started now. Let's just wait for it to finish. Alright, so now installation is finished. I'd simply just click on this finish button, and after that it will just open this AI code editor. So this is how it will look like when it will open for the first time. It will show you this onboarding screen. Simply just click on this get started button, and from here it will ask you to provide API keys to use large language models inside in here. So in here you can see we can access these free large language models. We can access from OpenRouter or from Gemini. There is an option for like paired LLMs as well. You can add Anthropic Claude 3.7, or maybe you can add any of the models from OpenAI, or maybe DeepSeek, or maybe Grok or Mistral. So you can add any of those, or even you can add any large language models from Ollama or LM Studio. So let's suppose you're running any of these large language models locally on your computer using Ollama or LM Studio. So you can add any of those models in here. If you don't know about Ollama, you can simply just go to ollama.com, and from here just download it for free. And after that you can just like download any models locally on your computer. You can use like Llama 3, you can use Qwen 3, you can use DeepSeek R1, Llama 4, Llama 3.3, Mistral, Llama 3.2. Any of these large language models you can download locally on your computer. There is another software that you can actually use to run your models locally. That's actually LM Studio. So you can just like download this LM Studio software from here, lmstudio.ai, and after that you can just like download any of these large language models on your computer. So let's suppose I have already LM Studio installed on my computer. So I'll just open that, and from here you can see all of these different large language models are available to download for free. I can download any of these large language models, something like maybe Qwen 3 235B. So maybe you can like download this model absolutely for free, but just make sure that you have enough space on on your computer. So similarly, you can download Llama 4 or Llama 3 or any of these large language models on your computer. But if you just want to use like any of these paired large language models, so you can just simply just click on that and get an API key from OpenAI, and then you can start using it for free. First, let me just show you that how you can use the free large language models from OpenRouter or from Gemini. So let's suppose if you want to use this Gemini one, we can simply just click on this button, and then it will take you to aistudio.google.com/API key. In here, you can simply just click on this get API key button. Just simply click on this create API key button, and now you can just name it, like just choose any of your Google Cloud project. So I'll just choose maybe any of like just, or maybe just like create a new one. I'll just simply just click on this Gemini API key. then I'll simply just click on create API key, and now it will create an API key for me. I can simply just copy that from here, and after that I can just provide that API key in here, and that's it. There is another option which is more versatile, which is actually Open Router. So if you don't know about Open Router, so Open Router is actually a platform where you can access any of these large language models absolutely for free. So you can just like go to openrouter.ai, then simply just sign in using Google. After that, we can simply just click on this Open Router, just go to this search models option. From here you can just like write free in here. So just like look for write free in here. You can see you can access this Microsoft 4 reasoning model for free, and then you can just like use Qwen 3 0.6b for free, Qwen 3 4 billion, which is like a small model, or you can just like use Qwen 3 30b for free, and even 235b as well for free. Then you can actually use all of these different models absolutely for free. You can use Llama 4 Scout for free, you can use Llama 4 Maverick for free as well, and similarly you can use NVIDIA Llama 3.3. This is actually I think a new model from NVIDIA. I'll actually create a separate video on that. But yeah, so you can actually access all of these different large language models absolutely for free. For now, I think maybe you can access Qwen 3 235b. So let's just look for Qwen 3. So this one is available for free. We can simply just like create an API key and start using this model absolutely for free. So to do that, what you can do, you can simply just click on this profile section. From here, just go to your keys section, and from here you can simply just like click on this create API key. You are not required to attach any sort of like debit card or credit card to start using any of these large language models, which are available for free on Open Router. So you can just like simply create an API key, copy paste that in here. I have already done that, but yeah, I have told you like how you can use it absolutely for free. After that, you can simply just click on next button from here, and then just click on enter void. You can actually import settings from VS Code, from Cursor, from Windsurf. If you have already any custom settings in any of these AI code editors, you can simply just like import them from there, or you can simply just click on this enter void option from here. And now, because we have connected with Open Router, we have connected with Gemini, so now we can actually choose which models do we want. So we can either choose like Qwen 3 235b, which is available for free again. Further, we can just like integrate any of these models from Anthropic, from OpenAI, from DeepSeek. So you can just like add any of these models in here. So once everything is ready, you can see right now the overall look and feel of this tool is like 100% similar to Cursor. Seems like they just like created a clone of Cursor and then like just customized it a little bit, and then added all of these different options to like add these custom large language models, but rest everything else looks absolutely similar. So to start using this tool, you can maybe like clone a GitHub repository, or you can maybe simply just like open a folder. Let's just like try cloning a repository. So to clone a GitHub repository, you can simply just go to your GitHub repository section, or just like find any GitHub repository on GitHub. After that, you can just like copy the URL of that GitHub repository. Then you can simply just provide a link in here. I can simply just do that and then click on enter, and now it will start, and now it will ask me to select a folder. And after that, I can just like choose a folder and then install that GitHub repository locally on my computer. So I just chose this folder. I'll just select this folder, and now you can see how it is cloning this repository. Would you like to open the cloned repository? Yes, open. Perfect. So now this is our project. This is our repository. All of the source code is cloned, and you can see the interface is 100% similar to Cursor. In here on this chat section, even everything looks very similar to Cursor. Then there is this chat option, then there is gather option, then there is agent option as well. And in here we can see we have access to all of these different large language models. We can even access Claude Sonnet 3.7, Claude Sonnet 3.5, Qwen 3, and then DeepSeek R1. All of these models are actually, we are fetching from Open Router, because we are using Open Router, so we can actually access all of these models from here. And similarly, you can see we got access to Gemini 2.5, Gemini 2 Flash, Gemini 2.5 Pro preview. All of these models are also available in here. Now let's just try to create a basic Next.js project. So what I can do, I can simply just click on this open folder once again, and after that, let's just choose a directory, and I can just give this directory a name. After that, I'll just open that folder. Now I can just run this command to install this Next.js project. So this command npx create next app at latest will actually create an empty Next.js project. Now I'll just give this project a name. I'll just give it a name of tutorial. Press enter. Just go with the default options. Now our empty Next.js project is ready. Now just like start giving the command. Let's just try different large language models and see how it actually performs. So first of all, let's just try maybe using DeepSeek R1. Alright, so it's a reasoning model. Let's just give it a prompt. You are inside a Next.js project. Please create a basic landing page for my CRM. The name of my CRM is remotely, this is actually a small business management software. Please create a very basic landing page. Alright, so actually the reason why I'm actually trying to create something very basic, I won't test overall functionalities. I'll actually create a maybe separate video about that, how you can create something complex. We can maybe like try to create a mobile app in this tool, but yeah, let's just like try this. So I can simply just press enter, and now let's just see how this tool actually works. So now you can see right now the reasoning is started. I'm not sure, I think actually this section is hidden because my video is there. Yeah, I think it's better now. So now right now, because we chose DeepSeek R1, so it is doing reasoning right now. It is just like taking too much time in reasoning, not that great. Okay, so I'll help you to create a landing page for remote DCRM. Let's modify the main page component and add appropriate styling. Checking the current page.tsx. So right now it is running. Overall, it is fine, not too bad, especially because we are using a free LLM from Open Router. So far it's okay. Alright, so it has now made some changings in our main page.tsx file and our layout.tsx file. Now it is asking us to approve, so I'll simply just click on this approve button, and now our changings are done. The next, okay, I need to help the user to create a landing page. Alright, so now it's actually going to create do further changing. So let's just wait for it to finish that. I think this like the entire reasoning thing like showing like that is a bit unnecessary. So we're gonna let's try using a different large language model after we test this. So let's just try that. If it does that with maybe Claude Sonnet 3.7 or maybe any other. Alright, so it has just finished this page.tsx file and this layout.tsx file, and I can just accept all of these changings, and now I'm just running this project on localhost, and we can see it has created a very basic page, which is this. Yeah, so it's a very basic page, not too bad, but yeah, this is a very basic, absolutely basic thing. Now let's just make changings in this page. Let's just use a different large language model. So let's just use maybe Claude Sonnet 3.5 actually. The design of our page is very simple. Please make it more modern, more advanced, add more components into it. So now I'll just press enter and then see how it works. So right now you can see we are using Claude Sonnet 3.5, and now we can see it is not going to that reasoning mode. So it has just directly started editing our page.tsx file. In here you can see it is writing this code in page.tsx file, and which is amazing. And the agent mode so far is looking good. It's not that bad. The overall speed is good because it's completely free and open source, and everything is nothing is going on any sort of server. Everything is working locally. Of course, there will be some cloud functions that are actually calling these API keys, but this is good if you have really, you can say, some sort of secret project, or if you're concerned about not sharing your code with Cursor, with Windsurf, with any of these companies. So you can use this tool because this is running locally on your computer. It doesn't have any of the cloud functions, that it is not storing any of this code anywhere. So right now you can see it is being stored on your computer. It is just calling these API keys to write code for us, but we are not even signed into our account. So that's what this tool is different than Cursor. But overall functionality is good. The way its agent is working is good as well. Of course, there is an alternative that you can use, just like Klein or RuCode with Visual Studio, but still I think this one is good enough. The functionality overall is good. So let's just wait for it to finish, and then we'll check what changings have been made. So now it has finished this writing code. I'll simply just click on approve, and now our landing page should be updated. Now it is actually editing further, making some more changing. Okay, perfect. So everything is done now. Perfect. So now I can simply just open my page, and now this is looking absolutely amazing. Yep. This is amazing. So because we used Claude Sonnet 3.5, and yeah, overall the design of this landing page is looking good. I could actually provide a reference as well, and certain sort of color guideline, but it has just automatically created it based on my very basic information. So yeah, it's good. Yeah, I mean, you can further enhance it, put some images in it, but yeah, it's good enough for us. So just give it a try. It's completely open source, and you can actually use any of the free large language models from Open Router, or maybe from Gemini, or maybe just use LM Studio and then install and download any of the large language models locally on your computer, and then use that directly with this tool. But so far it looks promising. It was a bit boring with DeepSeek R1 because DeepSeek R1 is a reasoning model. So whenever we give it a prompt, so then it starts doing its reasoning, waste some time over there. But when we are using Claude Sonnet 3.5, then straight away it just started editing, started writing code and started editing our page.tsx index.tsx file and layout.tsx file. So yeah, this is so far so good. Further, I can create a further more in-depth video where I can maybe like create something more complex, or maybe like create a mobile app with it. But so far it looked good. If you are looking for a free alternative to Cursor, just use this, and maybe just like use a free large language model, because still Claude Sonnet 3.5 or 3.7 are not free, because still on Open Router you're gonna pay for it based on each usage that you're actually making there. But yeah, it's this is something that you can actually use, like you can just like keep switching between models. You can like for a smaller task, for a simpler task, you can use a free large language model, then you can switch back to maybe a premium one, or maybe like any other large language model that can actually perform better. For me, so far the best large language model for writing code is Claude Sonnet 3.7 and 3.5. Both of these are amazing. Cost wise, 3.5 is cheaper, so you can just maybe try that. But so far it's good, so just like give it a try. If you have any further questions, just leave your comments in the comment section. I see you next video. Bye.